Welcome to Deadline Horror News for the week of August 12th, 2021. I'm Josh, and I'm joined here with Donnie.
Hey.
Will couldn't be here as usual, but the Professor Smoke actually had some stuff he had to do tonight, so he's not able to be with us on this show this week, but I'm sure he'll be back next week. But, of course, we are from the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast, and as always, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel down on the bottom there and click on the little bell to be notified when we upload new videos. And if we go live or anything, and hopefully we'll be doing some more stuff here soon. We want you to become a supporter of the Spook Show by going over to patreon.com/AASpookShow and sign up to become a patron. We have a level starting at $1, and I think they go like $3, $5 on up to like a crazy $1,000 level that, you know, hopefully some magical, mysterious benefactor will will bestow the, get that one of these days. But the main attraction over there is every Tuesday we upload a new video mini-sode, and that's where we do the Library of the Professor, where Professor Smoke will take a curated selection from his personal collection that he's always got behind him in these videos, and he'll talk about it and give his ratings and everything. It's always a fun time to be had over there, so check that out every Tuesday on Patreon. I want to remind you that episode 68 of the podcast is out now. It just came out this past Monday. And it's our latest Spook Show Spotlight, History of Werewolves Part 4. So basically that episode we cover from 1980, 81, all the way up until present day on werewolf movies. So, it's a quick hit kind of thing, but it's pretty interesting. And we kind of run through the trends and everything over the last 40 years in werewolf films. And that kind of brings us, like I said, current on that. So in a couple of weeks, episode 70, we're actually going to be doing kind of a Summer of the Wolf wrap-up video, and we're going to have a special guest on that, so stay tuned for that. But next week, next Monday, episode 69, that's going to be our next movie review, and that is The Howling from 1981. So that will come out next Monday, August 16th at 6 p.m. East, as the Summer of the Wolf series rolls on. It's almost, we're coming down the home stretch here, so
yeah.
We got plenty of stuff to go back in the archives if you haven't watched it or listened to any of the podcasts or anything. All the stuff's there. It started back in June, and that'll bring us up today. So I guess what's the latest deadlines and horror news there, Donnie?
Yeah, man. So Best Buy actually, they come out with exclusive releases, regularly. This specific exclusive is the 3 from Hell Steelbook, which is actually available for pre-order. The Steelbook version includes a digital copy, a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, and a standard Blu-ray. It's going to be released on September 28th, and you can only pre-order it at Best Buy stores, bestbuy.com. And also, we covered 3 from Hell. It was episode 25. So if you're a fan, definitely go check that out and see what we thought about it.
Yeah, I think they kind of call that the Firefly trilogy now, and we have actually talked about all 3 of those: House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. So
yeah,
all 3 of those movies are available in the archives.
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to work at Best Buy, and I always wanted to work there. And then once I finally worked there, I was like, this sucks.
It's just like it becomes like anything. It's just another job once you finally do it. Anything I've ever had like that.
It fucking sucks. But,
I think that's kind of become their thing, though. Sucking, no. Steel books, like they're the ones that kind of release all the special edition steel books. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be. Another thing that came along was there's a fan film, and typically, I'll just get into it. It's called 13 Fanboy, and it's a Friday the 13th fan film, and it's actually featuring like stars from the franchise, including Kane Hodder, Dee Wallace. I'm going to butcher some of these names, I know. Adrian King, Corey Feldman, Haley Greenbauer, Lar Park Lincoln, Jennifer Banco, Andrew Lady, Judy Ronson. It's got a lot of the cast in this fan film. So, when you think of just fan films, you think of, well, maybe like crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, like Friday the 13th game was I believe was crowdfunded on Kickstarter, something like that. But anyhow, this is a most recent communication that was put out by the I guess the producers of the fan film. They said that they would use all practical effects to kind of pay homage to not only the franchise but all 80s slashers. So that's really, that's beneficial as well. But it's going to be. I thought this was extra cool. It's going to release in theaters, drive-ins, and video on demand October 22nd.
Nice.
Yeah, and we actually covered Friday the 13th, the first film, in episode 30.
Yeah, so, we haven't got back into the series yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Like, we'll get back into that. But that's pretty cool, and it's appropriate since tomorrow is Friday the 13th.
It is.
So,
yeah.
Very appropriate news.
Yeah, man. Another thing, kind of keeping with kind of throwbacks. Wes Craven's Scream is actually returning to theaters just for a two nights only. It's going to commemorate the film's 25th anniversary. So that's going to be Sunday, October 10th, and Monday, October 11th. Kind of weird days that they would pick for that, Sunday and Monday instead of a Saturday and Sunday. But tickets, you can buy tickets at fathomevents.com, or you can. It's only in select theaters, so you can go to check out your local theater, see if they're participating in that special event.
I was going to say that sounds like it's probably a Fathom event, and they, for whatever reason, they usually do those on like a Monday or Tuesday night.
Why is that?
My experience, I worked at 2 different movie theaters. That was a long time ago. I would imagine it's probably because they don't get a lot of people on those nights. Like Friday night and Saturday night, the theaters are busy. Yeah. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, theaters are dead. By and large, most people don't go to the theater on those nights. So maybe that's why they do it. Like, it's an extra draw to get people to come in on a night they normally wouldn't. But I've actually been to a couple of those Fathom events, and like I think almost every time I've done it, it's always been on like a Monday or Tuesday night.
Yeah, shit,
man.
Well, yeah. The only other thing of note is that the original Scream is going to be released in 4K on October 19th, and the new sequel, also called Scream, will be in theaters January 14th of next year, 2022.
Yeah, I think we've briefly mentioned that in a couple past episodes. I think just the fact that the new Scream was being made or whatever. It seems like we mentioned that at some point.
Yeah.
We also pointed out how many damn like Blu-ray and 4K releases and stuff there's going to be like in September and October. There's a ton. So just another way to drain $20 or $30 out of my wallet. But
yeah, do it.
But we're beholden. We have to do it. We got a few conventions.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the Idaho Halloween and Horror Convention 2021 in Boise, Idaho. That's this weekend. Actually, we have 3 different conventions this weekend.
Yep.
That one starts tomorrow, Friday the 13th, through August 15th through Sunday. You can go to IdahoHorrorCon.com for information on that. And it looks like the 2 of the more known, or I guess one known and one slightly known person that's going to be at this thing is Barry Bostwick, who I guess you'd probably remember him most from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
And Maximo Sorrentino. Apparently, he had a small role in Sleepaway Camp, but he would actually be also known as the older brother of Mike the Situation Sorrentino from the old Jersey Shore show on MTV. So if
So yeah, if you're in Idaho, you really don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Come check these guys.
Now the ironic thing about that is like that guy is known as like the Jersey Shore guy, right? And everything, Jersey, Jersey, Jersey. He's at the fucking convention in Idaho. Meanwhile, there is a big convention in New Jersey this weekend.
That's a good point. I didn't see the correlation. Yeah.
Monster Maniacon 46 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Go ahead about that.
Yeah, this actually seems like a really good, like if you were gonna go to one this year, especially in New Jersey or New York, if you're in those areas, this would be the one you would want to attend. Now I should say that the Saturday and Sunday tickets are already sold out. Only tickets for Friday remain. But you can go to monstermania.net and it's Monster Maniacon number 46. It is in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It starts, it's from August 13th, tomorrow, 13th through the 15th. Some of the guests that they have, Danny Trejo, Bill Moseley, Matthew Lillard, Kane Hodder, Michael Berryman, David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, Skeet Ulrich, Sean S. Cunningham, Richard Brake. Now also, let's see, Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley will also be doing in-costume photo ops. So that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just sucks that, I say, sucks that, Saturday and Sunday tickets are sold out, but that's, it's great for the convention,
Yeah. And that's right. Cherry Hill, it's in New Jersey, but it's actually right across the border. It's right next to Philadelphia.
Oh, shit.
So that's kind of, I guess, like the big Philly con, really.
Yeah.
I would imagine, So
yeah, we've got listeners in we've got listeners in New York, New Jersey, and PA.
Yeah, I'm sure probably a good handful in the Philadelphia area too. So I'm sure if they're watching this, they know about that. So, but if you didn't, there you go. There's all your information on that. And there's one more that is just Sunday. It looks like in Roseville, California. It's called Sinister Creaturecon 2021.
Yeah, as far as some of the guests for those, you've got Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I just thought it was random for him to show up.
Yeah,
but and then you got Gary Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
That's all.
Fuck it. Noah Hathaway, you may remember him as Atreyu from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Atreyu.
Never ending story.
Yeah, never ending story. Yeah. Just some. I mean, you've got some things going on this weekend. It's not a dead weekend. And
that one's basically a suburb of Sacramento, California. So
it is
kind of
cool.
Put where that's at.
Sacktown.
Yeah. So moving on to the box office report this past weekend of August 6th through the 8th. I'll give you the top 10. Number 10, F9, The Fast Saga. Number 9, Escape Room, Tournament of Champions. That's the second escape room. It made $1.3 million for a total so far of just over $23 million in its fourth week. Number 8, Snake Eyes. Number 7, Space Jam: A New Legacy. Number 6, The Green Knight. Number 5, Stillwater. Number 4, Black Widow. Number 3, Old. That's the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. It made $4.1 million for a total of $38.4 in its third week. Number 2, Jungle Cruise. And number 1, debuting in the box office this week, The Suicide Squad made $26.2 million for Warner Brothers. So I actually watched that. I didn't get a chance to go to the theater, but I watched it on HBO Max last weekend, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was better than the other Suicide Squad movie that came out a few years ago. So that one was directed by David Ayer, but this one's done by James Gunn, the same guy that did, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So it's definitely got that same feel to it. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Cool, man.
Upcoming releases today. It looks like, from what I've got pulled up here, it's a movie called The Stairs. It's in theaters for one night only tonight. At least that's what this says. I'm not dead sure about if it's going to play any longer after that. But what it said, it looks like it's just a one night deal in theaters tonight. Then tomorrow, the big release in theaters is Don't Breathe 2. That will be coming out Friday the 13th. Also limited is a movie called Howling Village. So I don't think that's a part of the Howling movies, but hey, I would imagine it would have something to do with werewolves. I mean, it's called Howling Village. But that's coming out also tomorrow and limited. And then Tuesday, August 17th, we've got 2 movies coming out on DVD. One called Shook and another one called Stay Out of the Attic. So that's really all we got coming up. So really, Don't Breathe 2 is the big release this week. So
yeah, Stay Out of the Attic. Well, it's just, isn't there also a movie called Don't Fuck in the Woods?
Yeah, I think we found that right. Like that's part of the Don't series of movies where there's like don't answer the phone and blah blah blah. You know, there's a bunch of movies. It's definitely got a 70s sound to it. Like, you know, a lot of the 70s movies, they had titles like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so one more thing before we tap out here this week, a few horror anniversary dates. Tomorrow, the 13th, in 1899, Alfred Hitchcock was born, you know, one of the most famous director-producers of all time. He was born August 13th, 1899, so how appropriate that it's Friday the 13th this year. Then on August 16th, we have 2 different dates, and one's the 16th. That's next Monday. That is the anniversary of Bela Lugosi's death, and August 16th, 1956, he passed away. But it's also the birthday of actor Glenn Strange. He was born August 16th, 1899. So what are the odds that like Alfred Hitchcock and Glenn Strange were born 3 days apart in the same year?
Yeah, that's wild, man.
And became influential in the genre. So, but I guess that's pretty much all we have for this week. So, for Will and the Professor Smoke, who couldn't be with us, but I'm sure Smoke will be back next week. And for Donnie, I'm Josh, and we are the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast. And come back next week for another edition of Deadline Horror News.